My wife, Emma, told me someone else is her soulmate. Emma met her best friend, Chuck, in high school. They became close friends, and Chuck came out to Emma as gay. She was supportive. A year or so later, Chuck came out to his parents. They disowned him and kicked him out. Chuck ended up living with Emma and her parents for the rest of high school. My wife and I started dating after college, and she told me all about Chuck and how close they were, like a brother. I met Chuck, and we got along and became friends. Chuck is a good guy. At the time, Chuck was dating a guy. They ended up moving in together around the same time Emma and I got engaged. Emma and I have been married for 5 years now. I'm a project manager and took on a year-long project in another city. I have to leave at 5:30 a.m. every morning and get home around 6:30 p.m. Emma and I had a long talk about my job before I took on this project. We knew it would be a sacrifice for me to be working so much, but I'm getting more money than I ever thought I would. After this project, we can pay off our student debt and start trying to have a baby. We both agreed the money was worth it since it's only a year. That year will be up in late November. In March, Chuck caught his boyfriend cheating. He was devastated. Emma immediately told him he could move in with us. I was fine with him moving in, but not happy that Emma didn't even discuss it with me first. Chuck was pretty broken up, and Emma was giving him lots of love and attention. I was fine with it because I know how much she loves Chuck, and he did need her. I also did my best to support him and make him feel loved. For a while, this was fine, but as time went on, Emma has continued to pour all of her attention into Chuck. Sometimes I get home from work, and neither of them are there. I found out they went to a movie or out to dinner together. I don't think there's anything romantic or sexual between them, but it has been annoying that I get left out of all the plans. The past few weeks, several things have happened. The three of us went to a party, and someone joked about Chuck being our third wheel. Emma said, "Chuck is not the third wheel." I said, "What?" And she said, "I've known Chuck longer than I've known you." A week or so after that, Emma and Chuck went out dancing one night. I had to work the next day, so I stayed home. I woke up at about 3 a.m., and Emma was not in bed. I went and found her, and Chuck cuddled up on the couch asleep with the TV on. Both of those things made me uncomfortable. I also realized I had been working so much I was just sort of letting Emma and Chuck plan everything, and I had not planned a date night in a while. I decided I needed to be more active, so I planned a date night for last Friday. When I first told Emma, she was excited, as we have not been on a date, just the two of us, in a while. Friday, I got home at 6:30, and Emma and Chuck were not there. I took a shower and got ready about 7:15. I finally called Emma, as we had reservations at 8. She answered, and when I asked where she was, she said she and Chuck had gone shopping and were getting some dinner. I was kind of stunned and asked about our date. She laughed and said, "Oh, I forgot." Oh well, and that was that. She didn't even invite me to join them. A point I should make here. My dad was very controlling of my mom and had an anger problem where he would yell and throw things. He never threw things at us, but it was still scary as a kid. I have worked very hard to not be like him. I've tried to never be controlling of Emma or tell her what to do. I also tend to shut down when I get angry. When Emma forgot our date, I was mad. So I didn't say anything right then, but I knew I needed to address how I was feeling. So later that evening, I told her we needed to talk. I had written down some things so I could stay focused. I started by saying that I loved Chuck and he was always welcome in our home, but that I felt like our marriage was suffering and we needed to work on us. She blew up, thinking I was attacking Chuck. I guess I didn't word things well, and she started defending him and attacking me. We have never had a big fight before. We always talk and work things out. I was stunned that she was attacking me. She said some awful things. Then she said, "Chuck is my soulmate, and you just have to get used to that." I just shut down. I didn't even know how to process that. I love Emma more than anything in the world, but in that moment, I realized she loves Chuck more than she loves me. I thought Emma and I were soulmates, but to hear her say she considers someone else her soulmate has been devastating. I don't remember the rest of the talk. She huffed off after a while and slept on the couch. She and Chuck left together on Saturday and were gone most of the day. When they got back, she acted like nothing had happened. On Sunday, she even made a small joke and batted her eyes at me, something she does when she's flirting with me. Normally, I love it, but this time it just made me sick. I told her this was a busy week at work, and I was just going to stay at a hotel near the job site, something I have done a few times before. So I haven't seen her since Sunday night. I don't know what to do. Typing all of this up has made me realize I am really burned out with all of this travel. Maybe I checked out too much and haven't given her enough attention. But how do I move forward knowing she will never love me as much as I love her? Minor update. Seeing a bunch of comments from women who say they have more than one soulmate has given me hope. To me, you only have one soulmate, but that's not a word Emma or I ever really use. I just really hope she means it differently than how I took it. We have been texting back and forth some this week, and we spoke on the phone last night. It wasn't anything big. She just called and said she missed me and couldn't wait until I got home. I'll be home tonight. I told her we should talk about our fight last Friday, and she agreed and said she hates that we fought and we need to work it out. She said she loves me. We will be talking tonight, and I guess I'll find out where I stand. I'm nervous about our conversation tonight. I don't know what to expect or how to bring up my feelings. I feel like I've been living in a dream world, thinking that Emma and I had a perfect marriage. But now I'm starting to realize that maybe I was just ignoring the signs. I've been thinking a lot about our relationship and how much time Emma spends with Chuck. I know she cares about him deeply, but it feels like she cares about him more than me. I feel like I'm just an afterthought in her life. I'm also worried about what she means by soulmate. Does she think that Chuck is her true soulmate and that I'm just someone she settled for? The thought of it makes me sick to my stomach. I know I need to talk to her about how I'm feeling, but I'm scared. I'm scared of losing her, of losing our marriage. I'm scared of being alone. I guess I'll just have to wait and see how our conversation goes tonight. I hope we can work through our issues and come out stronger on the other side. But right now, I'm just not sure. As I pull into the driveway, I can feel my heart racing. I take a deep breath and try to calm myself down. I know that I need to be honest and open with Emma if we're going to work through this. I get out of the car and walk into the house. Emma is sitting on the couch, looking beautiful as always. She smiles at me, and I can see the love in her eyes. But I also see something else, something that looks like guilt. "Hey," she says, standing up and walking over to me. "I'm glad you're home." I hug her and try to play it cool, but inside I'm dying. I know that we need to talk, and I know that it's not going to be easy.